Okay. We all started up. At least it should be started up. So who remembers where we were yesterday? Or last week, I should say. It feels like yesterday sometimes.
We had captured Ariza and yelled at her.
Yes.
I tried to kill her.
Constantly yelling at Ariza. No, you didn't try to kill her yet. You threatened her a lot. Yet is the very operative word. And you were in the middle of basically nowhere.
Just south of Podunk Town, weren't we?
Yep. Ray, as much as I appreciate you watching me, shouldn't you really be studying for calculus? Calculus is kind of one of those things that requires study.
Calculus sucks.
I remember seeing a friend of mine who's now a physicist, a quantum physicist. He's like, this is one of my homework problems, and he pulls up a sheet of paper, and it's just covered front and back. And I'm like, how many?
That is one problem!
Yeah, that was it. He was like, oh, it's just one. I'm not even done yet. I was like, what?
Fuck you, calculus.
I liked calculus, sorry.
You liked 2-page problems?
I did.
Eh, to each their own, I guess. I like math, but I think that would probably drive me nuts.
Oh, Raymond, you're just like that guy I know.
Oh, man, and we get the auto host by
liking it.
Mesa. Nice.
To be a physics major, you better start liking it, brother.
Yeah, you're gonna be using it a lot. Alright.
It's intrigue, baby.
So you were all going to sleep, yes? Or were you doing anything else? No, wait, it was only like midday. You're fine. What were you doing?
Beating the shit out
We're
of
gonna
Ariza.
drag her ass to that nearby town.
So you're going up or you're going south? Because there was the crossroad down to the south, but you don't know how far it is. There was the town that was roughly a day north. Well, like half day.
I am going to... Oh, I'm out of second level spells. So,
We need to rest, because
yeah, I think we need
I
to
only
find a
got,
place to rest
like,
up.
I'm not even
Well-
halfway. I'm less than half of my health.
Currently it's midday.
We need to take a short rest.
Yeah, you could take an hour and kind of just
We
chill.
haven't had a short rest in a long while.
We can take a short rest and spend some of our hit dice.
Hit die! Too bad you won't recover more.
I know without Mallet.
You abandoned Malik.
No.
We left him a note, though.
That you assume gets to him.
If it doesn't, we'll scry him, find him, hunt him down, and be like, yo, what's up, bro? It'll be like 3 months later, we'll just appear on his doorstep. It'll be like, he'll be all sad, and we'll be like, look, we had business, got teleported, sorry, bro.
I thought we were family.
Oh,
Grump, knock him out, throw him over your shoulder. You got business. The part is back. I vote short rest.
Your
Anyone else
husbando
got a
is
problem?
back.
yes, please. Let's have some short rest.
Sure,
really
go
need
ahead
some
and take a short rest.
I'm fine, so.
It is rather cold. So you will probably have to start a fire of some kind.
I will also during the short rest. Well, no, right before we do the short rest. Well, no, that won't last long enough. Never mind. Yeah, we'll have to start a fire. It won't last long enough. I mean, I can start some fires, but
We don't want a
Burn,
forest
heretic!
fire.
what? You don't want to be surrounded by a 10-foot wall of flames? Because I can do that.
That's definitely one way to stay warm.
They don't need these trees.
Who needs wildlife?
So I don't Vranik wouldn't know how to start a fire. That'd probably be Grum or Bertrand.
Or
Also
maybe,
fire.
maybe Ganal.
yeah. You'll try to
Brandon's
start a
sitting-
fire, Brujin?
Yes.
Do a survival check.
How many hit dice can we spend during a short rest? I forget.
I think you can spend however many you want. It's just
Yes.
technically by the rules stating you're only supposed to recover half of your hit die that you've or up to half your hit die. So if you spend all of them, you only get like half of them back.
The next day, yeah.
But I think that's kind of stupid half the time because I mean, it makes sense later on, but early game, that's like, why? But okay, you managed to make a fire without causing too much of a problem. You make a nice little pit and separate it from everything else.
I'm spending 5, so I'm getting 31 back.
Nice. Anyone else spending hit die?
How does that work?
Okay, so, Big K, you have a number of hit die equal to your level, which would be 11. For you, you have 11 D10s.
Yeah.
You can spend them during this short rest up to 11 to regain that many hit points back. But you won't regain the ones you spent till after a long rest.
You get your con modifier too, don't you?
I think so, yeah. So I actually gain like another 10.
Okay, so if I use 5, then I do 5 D10s.
Yep.
5d10 plus 5 times your constitution bonus.
Yep.
So what's your constitution bonus? The like 2 or 3 or whatever.
What were I saying?
3.
So you do 5d10 plus 15
Okay.
If you want to spend 5.
if you want to spend 5. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, that means Grum over here gets 39 plus 5 times your con bonus.
Which is 4, so I get 20.
20. So you have 59 back.
Sweet.
She's a barbarian though. She's built like that.
I need con!
My 5 almost brought me back to full. Thank God.
Con!
We got a good
You
roll.
rolled me to 100 points, so that I'm good. I'm fine with that now.
Licking our wounds.
Brujin gets
32 plus 15, so 47.
Perfect.
Now make sure in your spot where you have hit die, you drop that. You have 6 left right now. Like
Yeah.
he does.
Behold the glory of math!
See, Raymond's gonna get some math teaching. He has to listen to us play D&D. Oh, and anything else
Ariza
that
looks mildly
recharges
better
during a short
afterwards.
rest.
I don't think I don't think anything that anybody used recharges.
I don't. I literally have nothing that would. So.
Yeah.
Except my breath, which I didn't use.
Bzah.
No shocking people today.
I can't remember if anybody else has anything, because Brujin didn't use his action surge, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Good luck.
Brujin's a fighter. He has like you have rage. He's got action surge.
I can't remember what cost means.
He comes back on the wall.
Cosine.
Oh, cosine, yeah. Ah! It's been too long.
Times the derivative of the cosine.
By the way, during the short rest, I'm going to be alternating, like, doing some prayers and stuff, and keeping an eye on Ariza.
She's
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of just...
watching her like a hawk.
She's just sitting there kind of trying to repair any damage that was done to her.
Alright, so what's the plan, guys? We can head back south and try to find wherever Lord What's-His-Face, Kildrak, is.
Well, we promised that, once we find Ariza, we'll go for the Lord Kildrak. Let's go get some killing.
That's where we going.
Yes. So we'll fight, and we'll bring the fight to Lord Kildrak, so that way Brudrin can finally have his head.
So, that means we need to head south, because south from where we're standing is apparently where the Crossroads town is. So, Grum, Brudrin, Ganel, please tell us where south is.
You want me to tell you where south is?
Hey, you're an elf. I just assume.
Oh my god!
It's that way.
Yes,
this is gonna be the best.
You know
Time
what?
to get lost in the woods again.
You know what? I believe Brudrin. I think it's also that way too.
Actually, I think this time we're going to be getting lost. Lost in the mountains. Vranic's not rolling. He's trusting the people who know the outdoors.
I get lost in my own pants. Okay.
You all.
Did you remember the last time Ganal got lost in the forest?
Right, it's like 10 feet away, and I was lost for like 2 hours.
Oh god.
All right.
So we'll see them kind of yutzing around and be like.
Oh, actually, I did that wrong. Go ahead and keep talking for a second. I gotta figure.
He's just gonna look at him yutzing around and go, "We're gonna be lost again, aren't we?" Well, at least it won't be my fault.
Okay. So Brudrin kind of, it's that way. And he kind of points off in a direction. And Ganel and Grum go, no, it's not. It's that way.
Yep. That's pretty
You don't
much,
wanna try your hand on it, Ren?
Now Rand's just gonna sigh and be like, "Let me see if I can figure this out." Look up at the sun.
Lay sigh.
Obviously, it's that way.
He's fucked tonight.
You actually, like, they're pointing in that type of direction. And, like, no, it's that way. Like, directly in between them.
No, I'm just gonna look at everyone and go, "We have no idea what the hell we are, do we? This is fantastic." God damn it, Brudrin.
You have to make a decision. I shall.
Hey, Shell.
Hey, shit.
I'm gonna look at Ariza and go, "Do you know where south is?"
Do 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 do. I'm pretty sure it's that way. And she seems to point, like, Brudrin, or she points kinda to where Brudrin had been pointing, but just a little bit different direction.
We are a bunch of chuckleheads right now. Right.
Well, you don't believe me? I flew here.
Yeah, the problem is you're saying one way, he's saying one way, he's saying one way.
Well,
I think
she's
it's
been
different
here
direction.
though. She's been here the longest than we
So
are.
let's follow that route, I suppose. It's the best shot we got. Out of character, we're gonna end up at the place she wanted to go. Watch! Watch! And then I'm just gonna set fire to the whole fucking town. I'm just gonna be so angry about it. He's like, that's it, fuck this entire settlement. Fuck this place in particular. I'm scorched earth policy now. It's gone.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna say after a short rest, let's go that way.
I don't want to go where Shell wants to go because she had a prior agenda. I still feel that where I was pointing was the right way.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
let's
fair.
go. Let's go where Brudrin goes.
I kind of agree with Brudrin, yeah.
It's his journey now, and we
Bryson
promise
shouldn't go,
to back
okay,
him up.
wherever. I don't care.
Yeah. Also, Brudrin, just as a quick note, the direction she was pointing wasn't very far off from the direction you were pointing. It was like a slight angle.
Yeah, but a slight angle very far away is a very long, long way off.
Okay. I'm just letting you know. So
That's my story.
Which way you going? You going Brudrin's direction? Or are you going one of the
Yep,
other people's direction?
We're going to Brudrin's direction.
I'm confident. I was raised in the mountains.
Alright.
In the mountain.
Okay. You walk around for a while. Dun, 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 dun. Math proves this. It starts getting really fucking cold. Really, really bad. Go ahead and make a con save real quick.
I'm gonna make sure to at will fire shield me.
Yeah. Once you
So
start getting cold, you just kind of like.
I'm like warm.
Damn, I'm doing great.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh
that's it.
no!
All dies.
No,
Grumman,
Elfie!
Grumman, Brudrin, you can kind of feel it. But
If I see
you're bearing
Ganel
with it.
start to shiver, I'll do it to him too. Like,
Ganel, it's fucking cold. You're not used to this level of cold. You're used to kind of, like morning cold in the forest and like just sleeping on ground and stuff like. No, this is you're getting fucking put in ice cold.
Are we sure we're going in the right direction? Let's try again to get our bearings.
well, like I said, I'll do fire shield warm on Ganel to warm him up. Like,
Okay, you feel better. You don't feel like you're freezing anymore. It's a little uncomfortable, but you feel a
Can I-
nice warm glow inside.
Can I try again? To make sure that.
Can you what? You keep cutting out.
Can I try again?
Make another survival check, sure.
anyone else cold?
God, I swear to God, if that's like a shit,
Perfectly even.
I'm gonna say we're doing fine. We're on the right path.
You're pretty sure that it's probably just winter here. You can't remember what season is where. Alright. So you're continuing onward, yes?
Yes.
But of course.
Oh yeah. Onward. Just the way I like it.
You're right, Bertrand. It came from what we did during the short rest, staring angrily at Ariza the whole time, just angry growling.
Oh god.
As long as you're like heavy breathing, like
Goddamn hurt.
That was so fucked up. Oh god, what have I caused? What have I created?
just a
Okay,
warning, our
okay.
lights flickered for a minute.
Uh-oh.
The power guys might be working on stuff.
Maybe. If it cuts out, just let us know on Discord and I'll just start streaming something else and figure it out. And we'll pause this for next week. Okay. So, come on, thing. Alright, you continue on for a bit. The weather seems to warm up a little bit. You're in a lot of forest. You've been traveling through forest for a while. You think you see mountains through the trees every now and again, but they keep getting closer.
I don't know what the terrain's like. I'm just gonna keep on following Brudrin. He's in charge. All on him.
Another survival check, Brudrin.
It's all on the dwarf.
Yep.
Ooh, yes.
I want to make sure that
you can tell.
Right.
You can tell that you're going to a mountain. The big problem with this is that the sun isn't going behind the mountain, and it's not like to the right of the mountain. It's all the way behind you.
My calculations were correct.
You figured out that you've actually been going kind of northeast.
Alright guys, well, time to break some, trying to break the cask a little bit. Have a few pints, just to get my bearings right.
Wait, why?
We're not in the right direction. We've been going northwest.
Yeah, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Northeast.
Northeast, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's already lost.
He's not drunk enough yet.
Yeah, I need some Godric's ale. That.
God through you, heathen.
You don't have any of that honey that you got the last time?
Heretic. I smell heresy.
Okay, well.
So I'm gonna point to the real south, and I'm gonna be going in that direction.
It is getting pretty late. Like, the sun's almost down. That's how you noticed it. You're like, wait a minute. If I'm going south, the sun should be to my right. Why is it behind me?
Right. How late is it? Can we walk a few more hours before it's completely dark?
You might get another hour if you were lucky before it went down fully and you had just moonlight.
Remember, they all have dark vision.
I think we need.
And I have daylight.
We're close to the mountains, right?
Yeah, you're close to the mountains.
Yeah, we need to find a cave so we can, cause it's all snowing in here, and we need to find a cave, get a fire on, because we don't want to be out in the dark. Well, our ground doesn't mind, you know, but eventually my strength will get sapped.
Right.
I'm more concerned with everybody else.
Do we have a cave close by?
You're not sure, because you're still technically in the forest. You don't see any immediately ahead of you.
Alright, well, I say that we walk for an hour in the right direction, and then whether we can find a cave, great. If not, then we're just gonna keep watch and camp out there.
Yeah, let's just do that then. Let's just camp out like under a tree, I guess.
Historically, caves have not proven too useful for us. So.
That's true. Alright, well, let's go then. Let's go to the true south.
Oh, God.
South.
We're getting raided by Dota Talk.
What?
We're getting raided by Dota Talk. I recognize all those names. Not the actual, like, people's names, but,
Hello.
Dota.
Hello. Welcome.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Most of those things don't exist. Yet. I'm sure somebody made a Dota homebrew somewhere. Probably. Warlock Cash. What on earth is happening? This is fascinating. I don't know what any of this
I spam anti-mage. Nice. Dungeons and Dota.
Morgan Master reporting him, bro.
Can I go mid with Storm? This is great. So we're in the jungle, guys. We're in jungle, and we need to find where top is right now. So let's figure that out.
Right now, we're totally mid, and we're all mid. which is terrible. Terrible strategy from our part, but blame the dwarf or the guy with the stupid attack. He didn't know where it was going. Not drunk enough.
Not drunk enough.
I do agree with Grum, though, that we do need to try to get somewhere, either mountains, or we need to try to do a makeshift shelter. We're in a forest. Wait.
Okay,
Are there enough trees around? I mean, lots of trees?
What? Are you gonna burn them all?
There's a lot of trees.
We're in the fucking forest, dude. Of course there's a lot of trees.
What are you doing?
Alright. I'm possibly going to cast Fabricate. Let me see.
Yeah, but that's not gonna help if they
Fabricate's permanent.
Oh.
I literally would convert the trees into walls and a roof.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh, nifty.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to cast, but I can do quite
Make
a bit.
a little log cabin just for us.
I can do 8
Thanks for
connected-
stopping by, everybody.
Hopefully some of y'all stick around and watch D&D. You might find it entertaining.
Possibly.
Yeah, entertaining getting lost.
Alright, so fabricate.
Yeah, so I can create a large or smaller object. It's contained within a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes, given a sufficient quantity of raw material within range. Range being 120 feet. And if I was making something out of metal, stone, or a mineral, I can't make it more than a medium size, contained within a single 5-foot cube.
Okay, but the real question is, do you need a stone, iron, or emerald or diamond pickaxe?
No, I do not. None of those things. Alright.
Okay.
I'll get this tree eventually, guys.
Alright, so yeah, Virus, can I use, I can cast 2 Fabricates. Would that be enough to me to make essentially like 4 walls with an opening and a roof? Of wood? Between 2 castings of it, minimum.
Let's see here. Let's see.
And then we could just build like a little fire pit inside of it with like a, a hole in the ceiling to let the smoke
Yeah,
out.
you could probably make a weird like tree house with 2 castings.
I'm literally thinking like on the ground, just 4 walls with a roof with a hole in it and a hole for a door. So we can make a fire pit inside to keep it warm. That work?
Yeah, that would work.
Alright, I'm gonna stop everyone and go, guys, we don't need a cave. Godric provides. Give me about 20 minutes. Give me about 20 minutes. And I'm going to just about 50 feet out from us, I'm going to construct the walls, opening, roof with an opening in it. Just literally sweep my hand and the trees start melting, essentially. Yeah, so you guys see all of a sudden like a bunch of trees 50 feet away like melt down and then like reform into essentially a really shitty log cabin. Oh my
God. Okay then.
Sorry.
All right.
So yeah, he made a neat log cabin.
Like I said, it does have a small hole in the roof for the smoke and like an opening for a door.
But no actual door.
Here we go.
And away we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was 4th level spells.
Nice.
You now have a house.
By the way, it's a permanent house now, so now in the middle of the woods for no reason.
There's a random 50-foot area that's
Well,
deforested.
now adventurers that comes by this forest will remember you. Just make sure to write something.
Well,
like,
Godric was here. I'll just write Godric was here.
Etch it in fire runes.
Praise to Godric, and we'll just put and Vranik was here, and then here too.
Well, no, it's not. The entire area is deforested, just like a small grove. So, like, there's now just a clearing with a shitty log cabin in the middle, in the middle of the woods.
Heart. Oh god.
Alright, I'm gonna say Brudrin, Grum, you guys make the fire, put it in the middle, right under the hole in the ceiling. So that way the sparklers come out.
Okay, God.
I do the fire.
He actually succeeds in making a fire that doesn't burn down the log cabin.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was waiting for the one.
So was I. I was just like, let's burn my shitty log cabin down. There's a hole in the forest for some asinine reason. I mean, it's not going to be confusing enough for poor travelers to come like wandering through the forest and be like, what the fuck? Why is there a shitty log cabin in the middle of the woods?
Why is there a shitty burned down log cabin in the middle of the woods?
Log cabin.
So Grum will take first watch.
Okay. Who is taking
He's doing what he's always doing. Sleeping.
Who is taking second watch?
I will take second watch. Oh, should we tie Ariza up?
I'm not. Vranik's like, I made the house. I'm going to bed.
Vranik doesn't give a shit.
I'll hold on to her.
You'll be the big spoon?
Yes, I'll be the big spoon. And when Grum is the big spoon, no little spoon can escape.
Unless you shifts into an animal and runs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But Grum probably doesn't think about that.
Unless you have a glass jar of lard.
He really wants to bust out.
He really wants to bust out the griffin grease.
Grease me up, woman.
Grease me up, woman.
Hey, I still have my tiny cage with no door. Still no idea what that's about.
You've got a pair.
Well, when it's your turn, you can tie her up, but I'm not gonna tie her up. I'm gonna keep her with me.
All right. Is anyone attempting to tie her up?
No.
No.
Vranik's already thud.
I know. I'm more looking at Brudrin and Ganel.
We could tie her to Grum.
Oh.
For purposes.
Just wait until it's your turn to watch, then you can tie her up. But when it's my watch, she's fine. She's not gonna leave. She won't betray me. And I'll give her like a look, like you won't betray me, won't you?
She already did.
Like that look, that crazy look. It's like you won't betray me.
Oh god. Okay. So go ahead and roll your perception, Grum.
Okie dokie. Yay!
Your watch kind of goes a little bit uninterestingly. It's getting a little bit cold outside, and you can tell that there's probably going to be some type of storm. You're pretty sure, anyway. Nothing too terrible going on. Other than that,
we got a
passes.
roof over our heads.
Yeah, so other than that, it seems fine. Nothing really happens. Ariza kind of squirms in her sleep a little bit. At least she's attempting to sleep.
I'm gonna continue to hug her while she's sleeping. Well, not really. I need to, sit up.
That's fair, Ray. Hopefully studying goes well. Alright, so what are you doing again, Grum?
That's it until after my watch. Then once my watch is done, then I'll wake up Brudrin.
Alright, you wake up Brudrin. You're carrying Ariza around. Because she is like featherweight to you.
Yes. I'm gonna wake him up, and then once he's waking up, then I'm just gonna curl up and spoon her.
You're not going anywhere. Alright, Brudrin, go ahead and roll your perception.
Yay!
Seems to go pretty uneventfully. There's like some noise outside, but you'd just guess that it was like wildlife. Couple like tree branches cracking, birds fluttering, stuff like that. Whoo! Whoo! So you goes over pretty well. It's a fucking bird. No! You're pretty far from where the giant ass bear was.
Yeah, just our luck. He rolls a 1, and for some reason that fucking bear is back. It decided to beat us.
Oh, the diver! Oh my god!
Fuck that dire bear!
You know, if that bear shows up, I think I can confidently say we should take it on now.
Well, at this point, if that bear showed up, it'd be like, yeah, we're having bear for dinner for several days, boys.
Are you sure?
We got some fur.
Are you sure?
No, I don't like that. Are you sure? He's saying it now. I'll take that as a hint. I'll take that as a hint.
Are you sure you want to do that, little ones? Alright. So, Brudrin, your watch goes pretty uneventfully. You go to wake up Ganel, who is just staring off into space.
Hello?
I suppose it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
I just snap out of it.
King.
I'll keep an eye on her. Get some rest.
Thank you. And then as I pass him, I just give you a high five.
Alright. Go ahead
And
and
I
roll
go
your
to sleep.
perception, Ganel. While Brudrin sleeps. The sleep of ages.
No ones.
Yay, no bears.
No bears.
No bears.
No bears.
Next time I'll build a wall, too.
There does seem to be some noise outside. You take a look out and there's like some deer going by. There is a like normal sized bear that like walks towards the mountainous area. Doesn't really seem to be paying you guys much mind. I will make the bears pay for it.
How was Ariza sleeping here?
She seems to be just kind of like sleeping in the weird spoon. She looks slightly uncomfortable and is like a little twitchy in her sleep.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna sit like right next to her with my sword on my lap, staring at her.
Oh yes.
That's not creepy at all.
Chat. It's Brudrin's. It's Brudrin's
creepy at all.
birthday.
That's the point.
That's some fixation you got there.
He's got some
Thank
fixation.
you, Shell.
Yes, happy birthday to the biggest of K's.
The
Thank
biggest of K's. All right. So, rest of the night seems to pass. Go ahead and do another perception for second half of watch, because it's in 2-hour chunks.
You just want me to get a 1.
Stop cursing yourself.
Oh, that was so close.
It was
So close.
Bing!
Weather
I mean,
seems
they have
really,
the
really
same
nice.
digits. A 2 and a 3.
That's what I rolled last time too.
The weather seems really, really nice. It seems to be clearing up. It's getting nicer and not as cold. Morning comes. Fire's basically out. Everyone else wakes up. Ariza is still in the spoon.
I will perform my prayers.
Godric is a dick.
Yeah, basically, Godric, quit screwing around. Hey, Dave, what's up?
And Dave. What's up? All right. So is anyone else doing anything specific in the morning?
I am afterwards going to carve into the wall. Praise Godric, Vranik was here. I'm doing it in
with your-
Draconic, though.
With your
my
talon? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in Draconic, though. Nice runes.
I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna get ground here, but it's all in the spell.
It looks like super janky, just... You're pretty sure there's a G somewhere in there, and there might be an M, or it's a really weird W.
All right.
And I set it on fire.
I am.
Don't burn down my shitty log cabin. We may need it in the future. They're gonna, every night now, they're just gonna dot the fucking countryside. These shitty log cabins. I've got the plan in my head now.
The way we're rolling, we back in a couple hours anyway, so.
That's true. We'll be like, why are we back at the
Like,
cabin?
oh, like now then we'll know we got lost. Oh, look, there's the cabin.
Here's the Godric cabin. Why are we back at the Godric cabin?
Okay, while they do their thing on the wall, I'm gonna crack open my glass jar of lard. I'm gonna stick my finger in it, and I'm gonna make a big B on the wall.
He just Griffin greased it.
Yeah, that's it. At this point, the lard smells a little bit funny.
Doesn't matter.
Also, real quick, just give me a D20 roll. Like, just D20 roll.
I swear to God, if it catches fire, we'll be curious. How did you burn this with lard?
You're like going to put your finger in the lard, and it feels like there's kind of like weird, hard lumps in it, and like a certain spot or two.
Okay.
Just dig
Are
through.
you sure it's lard?
Yeah, it's lard.
Okay.
Might not be fully processed.
All right, so yeah, you're right. B in lard. You have greased the wall. Congratulations. It's lard. All right. Ariza is gonna make berries and water for everyone. She's not really talking much. Her head is hung in shame.
As well it should be.
I'm just gonna pet her head while I.
This is what happens when you give Big K the jar of lard.
No, I don't get virtual high fives. Fine, whatever. Through Grum.
Through Grum. Yeah.
Grum will bridge the gap.
What? What?
They just did a virtual high five.
It was a virtual high five by proxy.
Oh.
It went through the fire.
Yes.
So the virtual high five was lit?
So lit.
So lit. Okay. What?
Right,
You would hang your head in shame, particularly for getting caught.
All right, let's try to make sure we know where south is and keep going.
Go ahead and make your survival rolls.
This time, Brannick will attempt this.
Do I have to?
Yay!
Yes.
Well, Grum should know.
Grum,
Brannick
you are fairly convinced you know which way south is, Grum.
Oh, right.
As is Ganel.
Alright. All we needed was a good old rest.
Brannick and Brudrin, you're pretty sure that the direction they're claiming is south. You're not 100% sure, but you're pretty sure.
I'll trust him.
I'll follow Grum.
Alright.
I'm gonna fondly pat my cabin as we leave.
Let's have to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Can't wait to make the next one.
Yep. Alright.
Oh, since we did a long rest, do we reclaim our hit dice?
Yeah, up to half of the max, so you'd get all 5 back.
Okay.
Alien!
Hey! Oh, he left. Oh no, he's there. Hey! Hey, Liam!
He is all bundled up in something.
Yep,
It's cold.
I would believe it. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Bah! Alright. So you proceed in the direction you believe is south for a good portion of the day. Is anyone going to be looking for anything? Or is it mostly just staying, or trying to make sure you stay on the path?
I'm just gonna make sure we stay on the path.
I'm gonna check around just to make sure nobody tries to ambush us or something.
Okay. It seems like it's getting a little bit warmer. You definitely think you're going in the right way.
Alright, I'm gonna tell that to the rest of the party.
Forest is a bit quiet, though.
Ooh, I don't like that. I'm gonna mention that to them.
Do you hear anything?
I don't hear anything.
I'll take a roll.
Oh, that's not good if you don't hear nothing.
What do your elf ears hear?
You guys don't really hear anything except for really, really loud. Or you guys don't really hear anything out of the ordinary except Brudrin. You hear really, really loud metal footsteps, and they seem really close.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask if anyone hears that.
So I'm gonna tell people. Oh no, wait.
Hear what?
Who's the only one who heard it?
Brudrin.
Have you heard these gigantic metal steps that are really close?
Metal steps.
Are you all still walking, or did you stop?
I stopped.
I think I'd stop.
The footsteps
Yeah,
stopped.
See, you're listening to the Dragonborn, I think.
I'm gonna look around and just kind of stomp once.
The footsteps started again.
I'm gonna look at Rannick, and I'm gonna be like, can you do that again?
Oh, look at him funny and do it again, like, oh.
Clink, 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 clink. Every time he makes a step, the footsteps keep starting up again.
You're loud.
Yes, I'm wearing full plate armor.
Alright, let's carry on then.
No, yeah, the rest of you don't hear anything, like, aside from your group tromping around. It's very, very quiet.
There's no nature, no animal.
Are we out of the woods and on to a different climate, or still in the woods?
You're still pretty much in the woods. You've been traveling like straight south through the woods. You didn't even try to go back and find a path.
Can I use nature to know if this is normal, like normal silence for
Go
this
ahead
kind
and
of...
go ahead and make a nature check. You can try.
Yeah, Grump thinks that's fine.
You're pretty sure it's normal. I mean, every time you go into nature, you kill everything and it's really quiet, so... I don't know.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
fine.
normal. That's fine.
There's never any noise in nature. At least not when I'm done.
Not when Grum is around.
It doesn't look like it's going to storm or anything.
Then the only
Not that you can
sound
tell,
is
no. It actually
bang.
seems pretty good weather.
Excuse me. We're scaring things off, or something else.
Vrannick's gonna mention, you know what? We didn't get a visit from our gods last night.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but that seems a little weird as of late.
You know what?
You know,
You're
lately
right.
we've been getting it every night. All of them, whether they want it or not.
You think maybe they're trying to do something about that?
This isn't
big-
regular darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Well, he had said something earlier about being out of their jurisdiction. Maybe we're out of their jurisdiction now.
Might be. Let's keep moving.
Let's do it.
Okay. You proceed for about half the day. Everything seems fine. Go ahead and make your survival and perception checks again if you're going to be looking out or if you're going to be trying to keep on the path.
Well, thanks, Bergeron. Well, Ganel sees everything.
Bergeron, you trip over a tree root. And when you get back up, you're convinced that they're going the wrong way.
Guys, I think that we are going the wrong way. Should we be going...
No, it's the you think they're
no.
going the exact opposite direction of the way that you're supposed to be going. Like, you get up
Yeah,
and
well,
you're
we're-
convinced, you basically, like, tripped over, rolled a couple times, and then, like, you see them, and it's like, oh, no, we're supposed to be going that way.
Oh, yes, Brudrin, come back here. Keep following us. You're just... Your sense of direction got messed up because you trip all around there.
Are you sure? Because I'm sure, like, I'm certain that we're going the right
Were you
wrong
sure
direction.
the first time you said that we were going south and it turns out we were going northeast?
Touche. Okay. I'm gonna keep following Grum.
If it turns out we're wrong, Bergeron, you can rub it in our nose just like we just did you right there.
Can I do it with lard?
You keep that lard away from me, sir.
We gon' grease you up good. He is determined to use that lard now.
Watch. We're gonna get to Lord Kildrak. He's going to force Kildrak's mouth open and just dump lard in it. Chunks and all!
Oh yeah, baby.
That's
The chunks
my
are the
lard.
best part.
Death, my lord. Alright, we get ready to camp for the night. If there's enough trees, I'll do 2 fabricates and build my shitty cabin.
Hang on. That was the first part. That was him failing miserably. Ganel and Grum and Vranik, actually. You all notice that the weather is kind of starting to take a turn for the worse. It's starting to get, like, real stormy. You can kind of see, like, a weird fog layer rolling in from... You're pretty sure it's the west?
Is that natural? I don't know about the outdoors. Grum, guys, is this natural?
You're not sure in fucking Florida.
Like it.
You've heard of, like, fog patches coming in from the ocean, but it's usually closer to the ocean. Usually.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention that.
You mainly lived, like, inland, so you never really saw fog all that much, except in the morning, maybe.
Abnormal. Got it. How far away is this fog coming in?
It'll probably hit you by night. Like, at night.
It's that large?
What do you mean it's that large? Yeah, that fog is fucking huge. It's a fog layer.
Huh.
Well, why don't we have Brudrin use his windy powers?
It's
Stay
too far
away!
away right now.
Control weather!
Did control weather, but that might blow his head up.
In the name of love. Or in killing. Stop in the name of killing.
Before you break my heart.
Oh no, not in the name of love, Lord. Stop in the name of Lord.
Fog at night is pretty natural, but fog during the day.
Don't worry, guys. We'll have shitty cabin to protect us.
And lard.
Shitty lard
You can put a
cabin?
little circle of lard around the cabin.
Shitty lard cabin.
Oh, that way when they try to get in, they keep slipping.
Yes, there you go. He'll just put a little circle of lard around the cabin as defense.
So they can't sneak. They try to sneak to the window. When they're trying to do the creep, they just go slip.
Remember, there are no
Right.
windows. Just the hole in the roof and the door. Defensible and warm.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they say it's kind of natural, roughly, I'm just gonna keep on trucking.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Alright. You keep trucking. Everything else seems alright. Most of the rest of the day comes up, and it's basically time to make camp.
Do I have enough trees to construct shitty cabin?
Yeah, you're getting towards the outer edges, you think, because it's getting a little thinner, but there's enough trees.
I will construct shitty cabin. 2 castings of fabricate, and 20 minutes later we have shitty cabin.
Shitty cabin has begun. Who's making the fire?
I'm going to bed. Son.
Ah, that's fine. That's good enough.
For a basic campfire, it all.
Yeah, you set up the fire, and you're pretty sure it's set up properly enough that it won't, like, light any of the wood on fire.
Grum takes first watch.
I'll take second.
Are you doing anything else before sleep?
Eat something. We haven't eaten all day.
Oh, she made you berries in the morning.
I'm not eating her berries.
Well, then you
I
probably
ate some
should have
meat.
eaten something else.
Well, I have rations, so.
Yep.
You want to eat my berries?
Big K is in a mood today. And he's not even drunk yet.
By the way, as I'm laying down, I'm gonna look at Bruder and go, "Why don't you put a Put a circle of your lard outside.
Oh, that's gonna be the morning ritual, mate.
Why would you put it in the morning?
Ah, because it's gonna be fresh right before we leave.
That makes absolutely no sense, Brutrin. None whatsoever.
Watch them
Exactly.
berries.
Well, it's up to you. Do you want the smell of the lard while you sleep?
Not particularly. I'd rather
There
not
you
have
go.
the lard involved at all.
Oh, trust me, there will be lard.
Okay. Alright. So, Grum, you're taking first watch. Go ahead and roll perception.
Oh,
We're fine.
I get distracted by all that lord talk.
It's really, really foggy. And it's hard to see anything through. It's also kind of storming up a bit, so you got, like, occasionally just sound of thunder rumbling in the distance. But other than that, just seems okay. Can't really tell much outside because it's like you can see about like 10 feet out.
We're fine. Even if someone shows up, that's fine too.
Also, everyone
Okay,
make
Grum does-
everyone make insight real quick.
Oh,
That
shit,
nat
Meister.
20 though. Bam! Look at that insight sizzle.
The fucking thunder. Jerry Thunder. The sound. Alright. So Grum, that's its own little ordeal. While she's busy staring into the abyss that is the fog, we'll do everyone else's nonsense. Brannick,
As the fog stares back to me.
Aye.
you do wake up kinda elsewhere. Godric's just kinda standing there, staring at you. Hello.
Evening. Morning? Evening.
I think it's still technically night. Maybe. I kind of lose track of time. I don't really have much use for it, you know.
Fair enough. So what happened with last night? Were we still out of range?
It was definitely a lot harder to get in contact with you at that range, so we didn't bother to try, really. And the rest of us were debating on something.
Anything I need to know about?
Yes, we came to a decision.
Oh, Jesus. Well, it'd be, oh, Godric. What is
Oh,
it?
Godric, what now?
What are you going to inflict on me now?
I'm not actually going to show you. I'm just going, or thanks to Uranus's help, I'm just going to implant the images in your mind for how it works. I can't stress this enough. Don't use this unless it's absolutely your last resort.
Didn't you say that about me dropping meteors on people's heads?
I warned you not to use it unless it was necessary. This is a class above that.
So never using it. Got it.
Unless you run out of every other option.
Alright.
He kind of just goes over and plants his, like, clawed hand on your head. You kind of feel a little bit of searing pain. as you just get a bunch of images thrown in your way. Essentially, you wake up and you kind of know how to enter into what we'll just dub an avatar state. You essentially amplify divine energy, and it will give you a bunch of status bonuses that I will send you later, because it's a surprise.
Ooh.
Alright, so I'll become an avatar of Godric in full. Okay.
What was that?
I will become an avatar in full.
Alright. Ganel, you're doing your trance thing, and suddenly
Okay.
you're just kinda elsewhere. Hello there.
I see you've returned.
Yes, of course I've returned. We had to do a bit of debating.
Lord, what happened?
Well, you all kept asking for more power, despite us really not wanting to stretch the limits of this anymore. So we had to debate with the enemy that you are currently facing whether it was necessary to do so. We have deemed it is.
I'm glad you see our side of it, finally.
But we must warn you, this is not something you should use unless it is absolutely the last option you have.
Oh,
It could potentially have very, very serious side effects on your condition, we'll say.
I understand.
Very well, let me simply transfer the imagery because it would be significantly more painful to demonstrate. He comes over and places his hand on, like, the gem in the circlet. And you definitely feel kind of like, you feel some type of, like, weird pain sensation just coursing through you. And similarly, when you snap out of it, you actually know how to, like, enter into an avatar state for him, and I'll send you the stuff about that later. Because it's a lot.
Sort of wake up all shaking, hands clenched.
Pretty much just, ow! It feels like somebody basically threw your ass down a mountainside. Vranik, it feels like you kind of stepped out of lava when you wake up.
Take the day off today.
I'm gonna look at Ganel and go, if I see him in pain, be like, they stuck something in your head, didn't they?
I can't even talk.
Yeah.
Just in pain.
Alright, we'll do Brudrin's watch first, since he would get his after the fact. So, Brudrin,
You know-
perception.
Brudrin, you should totally throw some griffin grease at your god.
Lube him up.
You're fucked. Alright. So, Grum, go ahead and... I'm assuming you're going to sleep with, like, Ariza just spooned again.
Yep.
You're not getting away. Alright, Brudrin. Your watch seems to go pretty well. There's still a lot of, like, thunder far off, but it's nothing too terribly rattling. The fog is still pretty heavy, though. Can probably only see, like, 15 feet out. We're going full Super Saiyan on the first kobold we see. Ah! Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Ah! Alright.
I would truly unleash a Kamehameha at that point.
Pretty much. Alright, so Grum. Saevrick. Grum, you go to sleep. And you end up waking up kind of really, really groggy. And he's just, well, that was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
What?
Yes, hello.
Hey! You didn't visit us the last time. What happened?
We all had to have a debate on whether to trust you with something, and whether you'd have the cognitive reasoning as to figure out when to use it properly. I was in the boat that you wouldn't.
Well, it's not like you get any choice now, do you? Not with all this craziness happening with this demon.
And that's what they agreed upon. Now, I can't stress this enough for your rather straightforward brain.
Hey!
Don't use this unless you have literally no other options. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, I just forgot about that first time. I'm not gonna forget it again.
This is more serious than the other ones.
Sure. But what do you mean, like if he's after me, do I use it then?
If there's absolutely no other way to stop him, and that is your only option, then yes. We've given you other tools. We've given you other means. This should be the last resort. He walks over while you're still on the ground because you haven't even bothered to get up, and he just... Now just hold still. And he places his tiny little hand on your head. It feels like somebody's just putting like 2 fingers on your head. And just... suddenly you feel like you've basically just been pelted by like a bunch of fucking boulders. Like it feels like you're going through a washing machine with rocks.
What the fuck?
You take... You're actually going to wake up and have taken 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
What the fuck?
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Well, I guess that's all the payback with me trying to punch his fucking ass.
But yes, you wake up knowing how to enter into his avatar state, and I'll get back to you with that, with what all that entails, because again, it's a list. All right, Brudrin, your watch goes fairly well. You go to sleep after waking Ganel up, and I'm just... Also, you do notice something kind of odd.
What's that?
They... Like, when you got up and, like, went to go do the watch and stuff like that, because you thought you had a good enough grasp and you can't really see anything outside, you took a quick glance around the cabin to make sure the fire was still doing okay. You do see Vranik and Ganel just, like, curled up in their, like, sleep position, just...
Okay.
In a lot of pain. You kind of don't see Grum or Ariza.
Okay.
What?
Like, am I, like, can I go back inside and go see if they're, like, in a corner, curled or something?
This was, like, midway through your, watch. You don't see them. Would you have done anything specific?
I would have just walked around to see if they're there.
Doesn't seem like they're anywhere. All their stuff's gone. Just nothing.
I'm gonna prod Vranik and ask him if he saw Grum or Ariza.
You wake him up and he just...
What's the matter with you?
You're being woken up, Brannick, and you're in immense searing pain.
Why does it burn? Why does it burn?
What burns?
By the way, I'm just screaming now, just endless screams.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and say, Grum and Ariza are not here.
Endless screaming.
Yep, he can't stop screaming.
The only time I stop is to breathe in, and then the screams continue.
Is it like agonizing scream, or
Yeah, it's agonizing scream.
does it wake up Ganel?
That's a good question. Go ahead and roll, Ganel. Roll like con.
I imagine I'm like Loki after getting like, you know, thumped by the hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, just... it kind of wakes you up out of your trance and just...
Okay. I'm gonna ask.
Register what he's saying.
I mean, you can kind of hear something, but there's a lot of screaming, and you feel like somebody just whooped your ass. Like you're just sore all over.
Just try to lay as flat as I can.
God, help me!
Well, apparently he didn't help you.
Alright, I'm just gonna go in the middle of the shack. The love shack, baby. I'm gonna say, Grum and Ariza are missing. What is happening?
It burns!
So I'm assuming that you've been visited by Godric.
Go ahead and do another perception, Brudrin. Grum and Ariza are back in their spot. They both look like they're in a fuck ton of pain, though.
What?
What is happening? Is Grum in like screaming, or
She's
Grum actually
asleep.
can't speak?
She's asleep as far as you can tell, but she looks like... And Ariza's kind of like crumpled up too. Just...
Okay. Well, if all three are like that and they just appear, I'm going to assume that's the work of the gods. Can I assume that? Since it happened before.
Go ahead and make a history check real quick.
Rudra is gonna be afraid to sleep now. Oh no! No!
You sense heresy!
They all betrayed you.
They are playing tricks on me. This is the work of Slanesh! Brother!
Fuck.
You probably assume we ate something bad.
No. He would probably more assume that like something is terribly, terribly wrong because you just disappeared and you're back. Something's fucking with his mind. Look,
Yeah,
Sir Brudrin, an enemy outside!
Yeah, I'm gonna run outside, get my
What?
get my axe out, and I'm just gonna like frantically just grip it tight and just run around the cabin and see if there's anything around.
Go ahead and do a perception.
He's gonna look like a crazy.
That's where this is going right now. Crazy.
I mean, you can't really see much of anything. There's a lot of fog. You're not entirely sure if the enemy has gotten away or if they're just really, really good at hiding in the fog. Also, Brannick, your cam froze.
I'm gonna cast fly. I'm gonna go high just above the cabin and try and see if there's anything around.
Okay. How high up?
Let's just say like 20 feet up.
Okay. You cast fly, you fly up. Go ahead and do another perception. You really don't know where they are. You can see the top of the cabin, but you can't see the ground anymore. It's too much fog.
I'm gonna land, and I'm just gonna keep very quiet so I can hear if there's anything, like any rustling or anything.
You hear a very loud screaming noise.
Why does it burn? Oh god, like seconds.
And you hear some whimpering from Ganel. Why does it hurt?
Alright, I'm gonna go see the one that looks the least in the least amount of pain, and I'm just going to kind of shake them up a little bit so that I can wake up so I can get some answers.
So who are you waking up?
Whoever is screaming the least.
Well, technically the people who are screaming the least is Grum and Ariza, because they're still asleep.
Okay. I'm gonna go see Grum then. No, I will not be teabagging them. And yeah, I'm gonna try and wake Grum up.
Okay. Grum, you get woken up by Brudrin, and you feel like shit.
Do I wake up? I'm gonna...
You'd be surprised if some of your bones weren't broken.
I just make a pitiful roar. I'm like, why, you douchebag! Oh my god!
You son of a bitch!
Alright, I'm just gonna tell Grum what is happening. We got everyone screaming like a pussy.
I'm gonna clutch it, Brudrin. Sleep well. Sleep well.
Alright, I need to see if I can reconnect because everybody froze for me.
Yeah,
Okay,
your live stream.
Yep.
Your live stream froze.
Yeah, my entire computer just froze for like a second, so it was like, what?
I'm just gonna ask him, is it the gods again?
Punch him before he does anything to you. As punishment. I didn't punch mine.
Alright, well, now that I know it's the gods, I'm gonna be concerned because I can only expect that I'm gonna be in a whole lot of pain too. But at least I know there's no threats around, like, the camp.
It gives you something. But
What
it
the hell's
hurts so
wrong with
much.
YouTube one? Because YouTube one seems to be the one that's freaking out. Twitch is still going, but YouTube just wants to be a son of a bitch.
Some bitch.
Yeah, I guess it's still going. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Okay, it just like buffered really bad for a second. Alright, so what were you saying, Brudrin? Sorry, I was trying to fix that.
I'm just going to assume that it's the gods, and I'm not gonna look forward to my sleep. So I'm gonna finish my watch, knowing that there's no immediate threats around the camp.
Yep. Alright. So, Ganel, you're now awake for your, watch. You feel like shit.
Oh, am I capable?
Make a con save.
Oh no! Oh, he is.
You must protect. Make sure Ariza doesn't fuck me.
Exactly.
Your anger is just powering you.
Jesus.
Something dark side.
Something kill Ariza. Something complete. Alright, so yeah, you force your way up. You start going outside. Go ahead and do your perception while Brannick still screams himself to sleep. Yeah, do a con save, Brannick. Yeah,
Surprisingly decent.
you manage to fall back asleep. Like, the pain subsides enough that you can sleep. It still hurts like shit, but you can, like, sleep.
As I start to fall asleep, I'm just gonna go, fucking God.
Alright, Grum and Ariza managed to fall back asleep too. Alright, so are you looking for anything specific, Ganel?
Not specific, no.
Okay.
I'd probably take everything I have right now just to pay attention.
Probably. So you're staring outside, just... Ow!
Basically.
There's not too terribly much. The fog seems to thicken a bit, so you can really only see like 10 feet out. It's starting to get towards like morning-ish, you'd guess, so this is, as far as you can tell from your experience in the forest and stuff, this is kind of the time that it would get worse anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, right now, all you're really concerned with is fucking ow!
Okay, do you want me to roll one more?
Yeah, go ahead and roll one more for the second half.
Nice.
Again, nothing else seems to really be, like, too terrible right now. The weather's staying pretty constant. You can hear thunder rumbling every now and again further off. But nothing too terrible. Brudrin, you go to sleep. A little bit later. There you are.
Oh, hi. You
Hi
didn't
there.
visit me yesterday.
That's because we were too busy having a fucking debate about what to do with your shitheads.
Oh.
You see,
Okay.
He's my
the other ones thought that it'd be a good idea to give you a bit more power in case Big Bad showed up again. I think you're all too stupid to do that. Because I don't
Right.
trust you to actually use it in the proper time. And if you use it in the wrong time, it could be really, really fucking bad for you. But majority won.
I didn't use the other ones as per your direction.
Surprisingly. But some of your other friends have. And I don't necessarily trust that you won't fucking do it too. You all seem to be about on the same intelligence level.
Fair enough. Do you want some lard?
Why the fuck would I want some lard? If I need food, I can just fucking make it appear, you know.
Just a
Not that
stupid
I-
question.
Not that I really need lard. Anyways. They decided it was a good idea to give you more power. Now, luckily Uranus has shown me a way to show you the power that'll keep it a bit more contained, so I don't accidentally kill you. So, go ahead and get ready, because this is gonna hurt like a son of a bitch, son. And he puts his hand
Please
on you.
admit it.
He puts his hand on you. And, it feels like you basically are getting fucking hit with, like, lightning.
Hurricane
and all
Irma?
types yeah, you're pretty much getting hit by Hurricane Irma. Like, you're the dude standing in the eye. You get battered around. It feels like your skin, like, luckily it doesn't actually, but it feels like your skin's kind of getting torn apart by the wind itself. You wake up and you hurt like a son of a bitch. You kind of understand why Vranik was screaming.
Alright.
And it's morning. Everybody's fucking sore.
When Vranik wakes up, he's just gonna look around and go, "Ow!"
And yeah, I'll tell you about all your Avatar nonsense later, Brujin.
Okay.
Because there's still
No
a couple
kidding.
No kidding.
Fine, as long as I have to fight on the day of the Black Sun. That is the day that firebenders are weakest.
The day of the Black Sun. Alright. So what's everybody doing in the morning?
Crying.
Yeah, I just picture everyone in the party just curled up in a ball going,
Cursing the gods.
why are you all dicks? I didn't. Ariza's like, why you all gotta be a bunch of dicks? I didn't even get pie this time.
She's gonna look at Gadon and go, "You told them to give us more power! This is what happened!"
Yeah, I'm the one to blame for this.
You
You're the one that told them to give us something new!
No, I said give me more power.
Well, clearly they inflicted it on all of us. I hurt in places I wasn't even aware could hurt.
It's alright.
My eyes feel like they've been boiled. Or what I assume would be boiled. It felt like flames were just coursing through my veins the entire evening. It was great. It's fantastic. Never doing that again. I don't know what he gave me, and I would rather die than go through that. Dying would be quicker.
Does Riza agree with that?
They such dicks. I didn't even get pie. What?
It's like I totally fixed that for her.
By the way, everyone, since they gave it to us because of that fucking demon general, who here wants to mount that fucker's head on a pike? Right. Would you like to really get a good grip on that demon's head and just mount it somewhere nice on a mantle, maybe, like a trophy?
Grum is too much in pain to care at the moment.
Crumb is like, I just want the suffering to end, please. Please make the suffering end.
Maybe we could bring him to us.
But she does have a smile when you mention a trophy, though.
All right, let's keep going. We have places to be. You know what? Kildrak, Bertrand, you have him. We get his underlings. Agreed? You have the big dog. We get the little ones, because I need to make people hurt like I hurt.
Speaking of Kildrak, can I do a little scry on him?
I mean, you can try. You don't really know much about him other than like a brief description of the emblem that he has.
I have that piece of cloth that Brujin gave me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. You know of his symbol. You don't know if that one belongs to him necessarily. You can try and focus on whoever that belongs to.
I will try.
focus on who that belongs to, or?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Alright. Alright, come on thing.
Everyone alive?
Yep.
Let's see here. Yeah, we're alive. Da 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 da. All right, what's your wisdom again?
18 plus 4.
Okay. You're not having any luck. Doesn't seem to like show you anything. Of course, you kind of maybe account that to the fact that you feel like you're fucking dying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I may just be too drained to do this. I'm sorry, Brujin.
For now, we just keep walking then.
It's
Everyone-
alright. At least you tried.
Everyone who's going to start moving, make a con save! Except Ganel. Except Ganel.
Well, I'm not going to be moving anytime soon.
Brannick. Moving feels like death. You could probably do it, but it would be fucking draining traveling all day. Everyone else, it still hurts, but you're pretty confident that you could, like, muscle through it.
I can try to keep up, but if I collapse midday, blame it on Godric.
Alright. Go ahead and, can't remember. I think exhaustion 1 is disability on all on all ability checks and stuff, so we're just gonna call it that for now and we'll check it up later. You're basically suffering from exhaustion 1.
Yep, disadvantage on ability checks.
Alright. So, whoever's going to be trying to lead the path, go ahead and roll survival. Whoever's paying attention, whoever's the, gonna be paying attention to things outside, roll perception. One or the other, because right now you're all in too much pain to do both.
Brandon will be doing neither.
Oh, well, I guess we're gonna suck at survival.
Okay. The fog seemed to lighten up a bit. It's still kind of foggy, so it's really hard to see where you're going. You travel around for half the day, and it really, really sucks to move. About half the day goes by, you start to see a cabin.
It's not made of sticks.
It's really nice cabin. It's just sitting out in the middle of a clearing.
Is
Does
it
it look
my
like-
cabin?
It looks like a log cabin.
Does it look like the fabricated cabin that Rannick made?
How did you make your fabricated cabin look?
That would be a yes.
Like a fairly generic cabin. It had a hole in the roof and an opening for a door. No
Well-
windows or anything.
Well, the first
This one
we
doesn't have
mushed
any
it.
door. Or this one doesn't have any windows. It's got a door.
Oh.
And a hole in the roof.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna go in and see if we have our little markings.
You
There
wanna
are no
check for
markings
traps
on this
first?
one.
Hmm?
Seems like
Like-
just a normal cabin. There's no markings or anything.
No, inside.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be any markings inside.
We didn't make any markings on the second cabin.
Yeah. Oh, guys, looks like we've been running around in circles today. Should we just get over how we feel and start again tomorrow?
Uh,
I know we all feel like crap.
Might as well.
yeah, running doesn't look good here. And like,
Blech.
Ah.
yeah. Yeah, let's do that because it's better to get, than getting lost and feeling even more
Yes.
shitty about it.
Alright. You all decide to just rest for the rest of the day in fabricated cabin. Or what
I'm
you think is
gonna-
the fabricated cabin.
Weeping
I'm
Stalker.
gonna practice with my giant sword.
Brannick will be weeping
Go,
softly.
go right ahead.
This is gonna go good.
Roll an extra d20.
Wait, what?
Like, roll 3
'Cause you're
d20.
beat up.
But I had a 15 con.
Roll 3d20.
I thought I was fine. Sort of fine.
You were sort of fine for, traveling, which is technically light work. Roll the other two for, like, just training.
One more.
One more.
Jesus,
Yeah,
it just goes
you're-
slowly up.
You're not having much luck because you set everything down and it hurts. You go to lift it up and everything hurts. You gotta swing into a tree and it kind of like clink. Okay. Everything hurts. Also, hello, Flame.
I'm just gonna rest. I'm gonna take this sword back, strap it in, and take my axe out and just lay down.
Are you spooning Ariza?
Yeah. We will suffer together.
If I have to suffer, so shall you.
Suffer well. We're well on our way to becoming full on human hunters now.
Well, I mean, technically that was your objective, I guess. Because that was Ganel's master plan. What if we take care of the problem? You want to go hunt demons?
Yes, we've seen where this plan is leading us to suffering.
Suffer. All right. Is anyone keeping watch, or is it just 2 out?
Brannick is out.
I'm gonna try to keep.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm feeling well enough.
Okay. Go ahead. You were probably about like a quarter halfway through the day. Go ahead and roll perception. Ganel all right? He keeps going out. Oh, there. He's kind of back.
Kind of.
What happened?
I have no idea.
Unlimited power! Would you like 820s? Just on the wrong side?
Every fucking time.
Alright.
I'm gonna get boned so fucking.
The weather starts to clear up pretty well. Nothing too terrible. Towards the end of the day, though, you kind of get this... You're not really sure if it's just because you're hurting or anything like that. You start getting a real sense of dread. Like, you know that feeling that people claim when they, like, say a ghost is nearby and, like, the hairs on the back of your neck start standing up? It's kind of like that. Like, you just feel there's something fucking off.
Draw my sword and start walking around.
How far from the cabin are you going?
Let's go about 30 feet.
Okay. You go out. You don't really hear much of anything. Like, the forest is still really quiet. Let's see here. You do start to hear a couple of, like, branches, like, breaking off in a different, or off in one of the directions.
Alright, let me go towards that direction. And if I can, I'm going to try to do a stealth.
Go ahead and try to stealth. Okay. You start heading towards what you think is the sound. You, like, head out in that direction, or it kind of changes a direction and, like, more branches kind of snap and stuff like that. And you hear a mild, like... You can tell you're getting kind of close to it. It's still really foggy, though. Like, not as bad as earlier, but it's about, like, 20-foot vision.
Definitely hear something now, huh?
You're pretty sure you hear something.
And does it seem to be heading towards the cabin?
As far as you can tell, do a survival check real quick.
I'm about ones.
Don't get lost! Nice.
You've managed to keep track of, like, where the cabin was, and it seems to be, like, slowly kind of circling towards there. But you're not sure if it's heading you don't think it's heading directly towards it. It's kind of taking, like, a weird off path.
Okay, I'm gonna head back and make sure everybody's up and prepared.
Okay.
You want me to roll a stealth for the way back?
Yes, please. There's suddenly a very loud underneath you.
I'm so sick of these fucking 20s being on the wrong side.
And let's just see here. So yeah, you step on a branch and it makes a very loud crack.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, I'm just going to draw my dagger, scream bloody murder, and start running in that direction. I think I saw it come from.
Okay. everyone in the cabin who's still awake and alive hears that.
And alive.
Well, Branna keeps saying he's dead, so he is no longer among the living. He is undragonborn. Undead dragonborn. So yeah, Brudrin, Grum, and Ariza, as you're like lying there resting, you all of a sudden just hear, in Ganel's voice, just ah!
I'm gonna stand up and get battle ready.
Oh, I'm gonna stand up. Where's the fight?
It's outside, as far as you can tell. Because it sure ain't in here.
I'm gonna run outside and go check on Ganel.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out.
So you start charging in that direction. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics.
Fuck my life.
Oh, I meant Ganel. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Firefox is really slow for me today.
No worries. You're like running out in the direction you think the thing is.
Okay.
The fog makes it a little bit harder to see. You see it and it kind of surprises the shit out of you because it doesn't really look like a normal thing. It's kind of just like a weird amalgamation of like limbs and all types of other things in like a puddle form almost. That seems to be like standing up about your height. And you just see like a weird eye just kind of like shift in the mass towards you. And you almost trip over a tree branch because that shit just... You're not ready for that. And you manage to avoid doing that. Are you still barreling towards it or are you stopping?
Let's stop.
Seems to just kind of be like squirming, the eyes like trying to focus on you.
Let me put my sword and dagger away and draw my bow. And slowly back up.
Dude. Go ahead and roll initiative real quick.
Good job there, sir.
Okay. You're trying to slowly back up and like get your bow ready. And it finally, or it sees you like drawing the arrow and it just... Danger! And just launches at you. It seems to like propel forward. And where the eye had been, all of a sudden just a giant gaping maw just shows up.
I hate these
Okay. Sure. It launches forward and kind of takes you by surprise and actually manages to like latch onto your arm. Like the one that was going towards the front of the bow, it actually manages to just engulf the entire thing up to your elbow.
Christmas.
Yeah, I'm squishy. Okay.
Go ahead and take 18 piercing damage.
I'm not going to last long.
Well, better hope Grum gets over there.
That arm is currently restrained.
Yeah.
The rest of you inside the cabin, while you're running out, hear this weird fucking noise. Like, outside. It's that same just...
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your guys' initiative. That's kind of what I figured. Grom.
Hold me.
Hold me.
I get 2 rolls. Yes!
Okay.
It's like I just flipped the 2 numbers.
So yeah, you would have been running out like when you heard Ganel screaming. And we'll say that'd have been your movement, because you're not sure where he went off to. You just heard Meow!
Probably screaming again right now, so.
Yeah, you're definitely screaming again, so next turn you're gonna get to have some fun going after him, because it wasn't very far off. Ganel, you get to try to go now.
Well, I can't think I can shoot him now, so.
Begin the close range shanking.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
You have him right where you want him. Right there.
Can I draw my short sword again and...
Yep, you can try to make an attack. Let me know how you're attacking it, though.
How I'm attacking it?
Yeah, like what...
Well...
Basically, are you trying to, like, stab it? Are you trying to cut it? Are you trying to, you know, like, pry it off your off your arm? What are you trying to do?
See, if it's attached to my arm, I'm probably gonna... But since I only have a short sword, I'm gonna have to stab.
Probably.
It's not a slashing weapon, so... Try to slash the appendage up. Right, cutting my arm off. Wow.
Yeah, you managed to stab it. You were aiming for, like, the weird eye thing that seemed to have, like, come about above the, like, mouth again. And when you go to stab it, it kind of just sinks back in and you just stab into, like, goo. It definitely seems to, like... Seems to squirm a bit and, like, not like being stabbed.
Well, since it's got a hold of me, I can't really do anything else.
Yeah, it's still kind of there.
I'm not going to break free of it.
Alright, so... Ariza's running out there trying to be like, what the fuck's going on? Brudrin, you get to run out and be like, what the fuck's going on? You can tell that Ganel's probably about, like, 20 feet out after you've fully got up and, like, got your shit together and run out. We'll say that's probably your turn getting outside. Because it would have been like, turn! Ah! So we're back to Grum! You can tell he's roughly about, like, 15-20 feet in that direction.
Oh, so I can move in and attack, right?
Yeah, you should be able to find it. Just do a quick perception or survival. Your choice.
Let's see which one is bigger. It doesn't matter. They're both the same. Shit.
You're pretty sure you know where he is and you start booking it towards him. Are you full running it, or are you just, like, walking, or what are you doing?
I'm running.
Alright. So you go round the corner and start booking...
I thirst for a fight.
As soon as you come round the corner, you see that weird fucking, like, puddle thing that just seems to have a bunch of, like, organs just flowing around in it. You see Saevrick's arm just embedded, like, up to his elbow with, like, giant razor-sharp teeth digging into it. And out of the goo just comes this, like, eye that seems to kind of look at you.
Ah, well, let's go ahead and rage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack.
You run up and go ahead and do your attack.
Why can't it be the other way around?
Alright. Yeah, you, Okay. Yeah, you get a couple of decent, like, slashes into it. Is there anywhere in particular on this thing that you're slashing at?
Well, I'm going for its eye, first of all.
You go to, like, slash where its eye is, which is kind of, like, more towards its mid-body, and it kind of just sinks in and, like, seems to go elsewhere, but you're definitely, like, cutting into it, and it seems to really not like it. The second one, I'm guessing you're going for the eye again.
Yeah.
Same thing, it kind of just seems to, like, shift somewhere else and, like, come out on a weird, like, stalk almost on this next one. Just...
See, if Ganel's elbow wasn't really dug in, I would have done flesh to stone on this motherfucker. But his arm is there. I don't want Ganel to
Congrats!
lose his arm.
You are now stuck in a statue!
Yeah, I was gonna do
I'm
that.
sorry,
I was
sir, we
like,
have to chop it off. Amputate!
maybe
It
once,
can be
once
regrown.
you manage to take it, I guess I'll try. But
And if not, we'll just call you Stubby.
Alright.
We'll attach a knife there so you can...
he's so straight.
Laugh it up, chuckleheads.
What, you're gonna nut a shot and then you accidentally shoot us?
It'll be called Nubby Shot now.
Give me an assassin accident.
Nubby Shot.
I think that's it. That's all I can do. I mean, I already did my bonus action, done my 2 attacks.
Alright. Alright, so Grum, while it still has, like, Ganel in the jaw bits. Ganel, you also take one additional, or you take one more point of damage from it, like, trying to dig in a bit more with that.
Oh, it's chewing.
Okay.
And Grum, what's your AC again?
Let me check. It's 17. When I was 17.
When I was 17, it was a very good year. It tries
Oh,
to
thinking
lash
about
out
the-
at you,
The
but you
Simpsons
do
one.
not get hit. Yeah. But yeah, it kind of like creates this weird appendage out of the goo that like turns into a sickle and tries to slash at you, and you manage to just back up out of the way of it. Alright, and Ganel.
Oh, well, it's something next to me at least. Just try stabbing it again.
Let go of me, asshole!
I saw that one right there.
Alright.
Did
You-
it attack Grum?
Yeah, it tried to attack Grum. It like, you try to like stab at it on your arm and it just like, nah! and it kind of just seems to like bounce off, or not really bounce off, but it just seems to kind of like get goo. Not really any like fleshy bits.
Ooh.
Your sword is all slimy.
That's what she said. Okay. All
right.
Really do. We're strained, so.
Yeah. Ariza's kind of coming around the corner now and just, oh god, the fuck is that? Oh. Let's see here. Sure, we'll do that. Heal, motherfucker! She's healing you for 8 HP, Ganel. I'm sorry, 9.
Okay.
9 HP.
God damn it, Brudrin.
You'll take it?
Yep, I'll take it.
You'll take the odds?
Sir, just go kill the what I know it is. Go kill it.
The what you know it is. That would be surprising. Alright, Brudrin's turn.
Yay! I run towards the noise and...
You come around the corner and see that fucking abomination of, like, puddle and organs. That seems to just be, like, growing weird, like, sickles and stuff.
That's weird. I don't like it. I'm a smash.
Okay, let me smash. Okay. You do manage to hit it with one of the smashes, and the like wind actually kind of seems to like break apart one of the little lashing scythe things. Seems to just have to like reform back into itself. Go ahead and attack again. You get 3 attacks. Second one is no dice. It's managing to like... You go to slash at it again and it kind of just manages to like make another scythe and like deflects it up off of itself.
Damn it.
Same one just does the same thing and just... Alright. Grum!
Yes.
It's your move.
I'm gonna slash at it. Wait.
I'm a smash!
Is Ganel's arm still stuck in it?
Yeah, it's still stuck.
Damn it. Okay. Huh. Does it look like? Can I see if it looks like it's hurting badly? Aside that it's all gooey.
The actual like abomination thing.
Yeah.
You're not really sure because it doesn't really follow any form of anatomy you're used to.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm going to use... Do I have coins on me?
Do you have money?
Yeah. Would I have my coins on me?
Then you probably have... If you, like, grabbed your backpack, then probably. Or your, like, belt pouch is always on you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you take it
okay.
off while you sleep.
No, I'll just keep it on me. So I'll just use some coins then. No, I don't want to do that shit. No, I'm just gonna attack. Oops, that's the wrong one. Oh, fuck. Oh, at least the other one went through.
Yeah. The first one, it's managing to create, like, while it's fending off Brudrin's one with, like, its sickle, it forms another one and, like, is fending you off. You manage to hit that while you're going at it. On the second swing. And it kind of seems to, like, deform and, like, go back into itself.
Jesus.
Okay. So, let's see here. Come on. Ganel!
You.
It bites in a bit more. Take 8 piercing damage.
Okay. Done.
Okay. Alright. What's your AC, Brudrin?
19.
Okay. It's fending you off with that sickle thing, and then it kind of just turns it around and, like, lashes into your side. You take 21 slashing damage. Grum, one more pops up and just starts swinging at you. The one that you just broke apart reforms and just swings into the side of your arm. You take 20 slashing damage, so technically 10.
A question. Remember the bludgeoning damage that I got with the new power? I never recovered that, right?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure.
Alright. Now, Ganel! This thing is spawning all types of weird tentacle scythe things, and it keeps digging into your arm more. It fucking hurts.
I'm trying to get it off of me. Attack again here. Hit this time, please.
Yeah, it hits.
Right.
You manage to actually, like, stab into what you think is its flesh? Maybe?
Should get a sneak attack too, should I not?
Yep.
So it's another 15.
Okay.
25 piercing.
Okay. You do manage to, like, stab it. You, like, go to stab at it, and it actually manages to, like, hit into, like, the gum part of whatever mouth thing is there, and it kind of and snaps off your arm.
Twist the blade and pull back out. If it let go of me, I'm going to disengage.
Yeah, it let go.
I'm going to disengage and move back. Probably good 25 feet.
Okay. The vision radius, like, for clear vision is about 20 feet, just FYI. Because it's still foggy.
Okay, well, I'll move back to where I can still see it at least.
Yeah, you'd be, like, just at it at about 20 feet. Like, you'd be able to for sure determine who was what.
Okay.
After that, everything's kind of, like, hazy, and there's just figures.
Okay. We'll just move back 20 feet, and the next round I get my bow ready.
Okay. So that would be you run back that way, and you're basically where Ariza is, because she was like just at the corner. She notices that you're hurting pretty damn bad, and
Too terrible.
touch, and you recover 29 HP.
I am good.
What the hell is that thing?
Why don't you go ask it?
Dick. All right. Brudrin,
Yes, sir.
it's you. What you gonna do?
Smash.
Larry smash.
Like a smash.
Okay. Definitely seems to be like making some headway. It seems to kind of, like try to block your blow with it, and it just cuts through it and like breaks apart that bit. The rest of it just flows inside, and it seems to be hurting a bit from that.
Smash again. Oh.
To be fair, Zeus, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is very much homebrew. So mechanics in this game aren't exactly your friend in my campaign. Oh no. Oh no.
Good thing it's not attached to your arm anymore.
Right?
Oh no!
Oh
And now the comedy starts.
no! The comedy definitely
Malik on
starts.
me, though.
He's gonna dive into the goo.
He sees
go-
booze
He's
into the
finally
goo.
gonna get his lard.
You go to like slash into it, and as you go to do it, it instead just seems to like the weird mouth that was on Ganel that seems to have just disappeared just pops back up and opens up like almost as wide as you and gets up to like past your elbow. You're now restrained, or at least that arm is. And guess what was in that arm?
I am assuming my axe.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take my hand axe and I'm going to hack it. Yeah.
Is there any way in particular you're trying?
Whoa. I don't know why that. What? Okay. That rolled twice
Like-
for a reason.
Down that.
I'm gonna try and like away. Like I don't want to chop my arm out.
Alright. So you're trying to just.
Yeah.
You managed to get a. You managed to get a little bit of like. You think connection with it, and it's kind of like digging into the goo enough that you can like tell you're doing something, you think.
Okay.
And that's about it. Grum! You just saw it open a giant mouth and like consume most of Brudrin's arm.
Jesus. Just when I was waiting for someone to get out from the goo.
Oh. Also,
Bye.
Brudrin, you take 13 points of damage from it biting into your arm. Ah!
Fancy.
I want to attack it with my other stuff, but I don't want to waste it.
You want to attack it with other stuff, but you don't want to waste it?
I know, it's I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm gonna. Does it look like it's dwindling down at all, or does it look like the same?
It seems to be getting a little bit lesser. Like it seems to just keep not being able to regrow chunks quite as fast.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep hacking at it then. Fuck! I need those critical rolls so I can do like extra fucking damage.
So the first one you managed to like get into the weird like scythe arm that it has up currently, and you seem to break that apart and it seems to do something at least. Then it just grows another one and blocks your second string. It does seem to be like moving a bit slower though. Let's see here. So, hey Brudrin, take 7 more piercing damage. Jesus. As it digs into your arm. As Brannick's just like, I'm ready for the world.
Like, have you noticed that sometimes when shit happens, he's always fucking sleeping? Fuck you, right? Brannick! Sleeping, you're lazing on your fucking ass. I know, you should be here fighting with us.
Alright, let's see here. So, something a little weird happens. It kind of seems to let go of you, Brudrin. Like, it immediately lets go and seems like it's trying to contort itself into something and, like, slink down almost into a, like, puddle type thing and just flatten itself. And then it kind of just explodes. Go ahead and make a dex save. Night, Zeus. Have a good night, buddy.
We'll be stopping shortly anyway, Zeus. It is 54.
Okay. You too, Ganel.
No, I didn't know. Sorry.
Basically everyone who's outside.
Didn't know if I was out of range or not. Motherfucking 20s.
Alright. So, Brudrin. And Ganel, or as I say, Brudrin, you're taking the full amount. Grum and Ganel, you're actually taking half. Brudrin takes 17 bludgeoning damage as chunks of goo and, like, appendages and shit just slam into you.
I'm not dead! But ow.
It did kind of get into your eyes a little bit. Gromit, you kind of had to, like, shield your eyes for a second. Same with Ganel. You managed to avoid the brunt of it.
Does she take half of the half?
Yes.
So I'll take 8, I'm assuming.
Yes, you'd take 8.
Using evasion.
Okay.
I have a dumb question.
Oh, if you're using evasion, you just straight up don't. Because you were already taking half.
Well, I didn't pass my dex save, I would assume, so.
You did.
If I passed it?
Yep.
Oh, never mind.
You were far enough away that it wasn't like an immediate problem.
Gotcha.
I have a dumb question for you, Iris. Do I get? Oh, it doesn't matter. Never mind. I just saw my rolls.
What?
She was gonna ask about danger sense, but then she realized she passed.
Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, so the explosion happens. You all kind of have to shield your eyes for a second. And then just suddenly, or as you like unshield your eyes, Ganel and Grum, Brudrin, you still kind of have like bits in your eyes and you're trying to like wipe it off. Just, hello everyone.
Hey, BB.
Wait, what?
It's so nice to see you. I'm so glad that my little pet found you.
Wait, is this the big bad dude?
Yep, and he's right next to you.
Fuck!
He's also about 4 feet taller than you. You've never actually really been all that close to him before, but he's fucking huge.
Can I shoot him?
Press F. To
Go
pay your
right
respect.
ahead and try.
Yeah.
You like,
Was it?
fuck you, and like fire the arrow at him. And his tail just literally comes up and like thwacks the thing out of the air and into the tree and just... Now really, did you really think that would work? Have you not learned anything? I thought that we learned this the last time. You fucking lazy ass dragonborn. Pain!
I think this is a good cliffhanger moment.
Almost. Now then. You all got in the way of me getting something I want. And technically I want it from all of you, but you are getting in the way of the one that was willing to give it to me.
No,
So...
you're not getting her back.
Oh, I'm getting it one way or the other. You just don't know it yet.
Can I
And it's
mace
so-
him?
Mace him?
No. I don't know if I should. Oh, I don't know if I should. This seems like a desperate one thing though.
Go ahead.
Like as a player, I don't know if I should.
You can try! You have no idea how long he'd be stuck in there for.
Well, it's enough time for us to run and get, you know, Ariza and escape. Oh, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get her and escape. No, I think I might kill myself though. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't.
It's up to
I'm
you.
just gonna go and attack him.
You're gonna go ahead and try to attack him? Okay, sure. Go
Yeah,
right ahead.
because I don't want him to get Ariza. Kill her. She won't give him anything. Ah, that's not good enough. I need a fucking...
You manage, as I'd say, you like swing in and you manage to like catch a little bit in his side and he just... Ah, that tickled. Now if we're quite done and he actually like grabs the axe in his side, just kind of wrenches it out and lifts you up by it. Are you quite done trying to play hero? I was going to just take Ariza's first, but I guess we could start with you.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm mazing him.
Go ahead.
No, I can't. I can't because I already used that attack, don't I?
Go right ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna mace this fucker.
Okay. You maze him. He blinks out of existence. You drop to the ground. You're prone.
Hey.
As you, everyone go ahead and do whatever action you're going to do for this round. It's gonna count as, we're gonna start doing this in rounds because he has a chance every turn. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna
6
tell
seconds.
them to run.
We're not going to get away from this thing.
Logan was just like, fuck that shit.
Well, it's mostly to...
See if I can focus and channel Uranus.
Oh, try to get in contact with him?
Yeah.
Judging from your previous attempts, it would probably take a minute or so. Because you have to actually like try to, you know, center and get a hold of him. Go ahead and roll your insight, if that's what you're gonna try to do though. You're trying. It's really hard to focus when you're, you know, like, gotta do it quick, gotta do it quick, gotta do it now, 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 now.
I'm gonna be doing second wind.
Okay. If I could put my mouse in a dice jail. Ariza sees that you're, pretty badly hurt. And walks over. Ba 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 ba. Bloop. You also heal another 29.
Thank you.
Okay, that or Grum, what one thing are you doing?
After I fell on the floor.
Brannick looks unimpressed. Brannick is asleep. He is not there. And yeah, after you fell on the floor, what's the one thing you're doing?
I mean, truthfully, if Laughing Boy knew I was here, he'd probably just come at me, but clearly he's bothering with you nuts.
I'm probably gonna activate animate object. You get now. I don't know what to use. I have so many goodies.
It's called.
I really want to run instead to get and you know
Run.
I'm suggesting everyone to start
And
running.
you ran so far.
I'm gonna go after
away.
Ariza and try to take her.
Alright, she ran out and healed up Brudrin, and then you promptly pick her up and start trying to book it. You do the fat kid run from shyness.
I'm gonna start telling everyone, let's run and get with the go with the group up with Brand.
Ah, Grub, what are you doing? Ah! Bigging her up, just God!
Like you bitch, you're going with us.
You start moving. Boop. Well, that didn't take long. Oh, also go ahead and make your con save real quick, Grum.
Shit. I would fucking kill someone if that's a 1.
You're not really happy right now, but it doesn't hurt as bad as last time. But yeah, he pops back. Well, that was a trip. Glad to see that they gave you some new toys. Can y'all hear his snoring? Brah, Godric. Godric's such a fucking dick. Oh, no, we can't, Sav. Alright. Oh, it's so nice to see all the different toys that I'll be having soon. Now then, I guess since you're here with me, Brudrin, I guess it'll be your turn this time.
I'm gonna cast Fly, and I'm gonna get away, but just upwards.
Alright, go ahead
Like
and make an athletics real quick. You activate and try to fly up like really quick, but he actually manages to catch your leg and just... I don't think so. Good effort, but no. About this time, Grum, are you still like booking it, or?
Well, I'm looking behind to see if they're following me.
Oh no, they're not following you. You're basically at the edge of the cabin currently, because you'd had to pick her up and like drag her. And they're still just dealing with the thing that popped back into existence.
Fucking shit. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
stop
put her
and
down.
you stop and turn there. You put her down.
I'm gonna tell her, run to Brannick and wake him up. Tell him, this bastard is here. Wake him up, and
She kind of just
stick
stares
with him.
blankly for a second.
Don't
I'm sorry.
go with him.
I'm sorry.
Don't go with him. Right,
She kind of seems to bow. She seems to bow her head for a second. The crystal seems to light up. He's grabbing onto you, Brudrin, and he's looking up at you for a second. Like you see the light too, because it's getting pretty bright. He kind of turns over. Grum and Ganel, since you're pretty much right next to her, go ahead and make con saves.
What? What's she doing? What are you doing? No! What's she doing?
Ice.
Ganel. Vanilla ice.
So slow.
Yeah. Alright. So, Ganel, you manage to hold your ground. Grum, you get sent flying back about, like, 10 feet. As literally just torrents of water suddenly gush from the earth. What? Like, Ariza is now essentially... Her lower half is just a twirling vortex of water. She also seems, not quite herself, we'll say. She kind of just has her head hung down and low, and is just... opens up her eyes, and it's just an entire swirling, like, water look in her eyes. Oh, now this is interesting. I didn't know they could do this. Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to splash me with a little water. Sure. The torrent underneath her suddenly just engulfs everything. Everyone immediately is immersed in water. Yeah, pretty much Brannick just...
God
Fucking
damn it, I'm in
Ariza.
heavy
Is she
armor.
activating the last thing?
You don't know. Just all of a sudden, you're pushed back, and you're underneath water. You can't see sky, but it's pushing you out. A lot.
Should
My cabin!
Should I use?
Oh, your
athletics
cabin's
to try to
fucked!
swim?
Yeah,
Your
it wasn't
cabin
built
is
for-
fucked.
it wasn't structural integrity.
Brudrin, you are suddenly underwater. You do feel the thing let go of your leg, though.
Okay.
Also, real quick. From the initial bit, everyone take 42 bludgeoning damage.
Do I get half of that?
Considering you failed the con save, no. And you're no longer raging because you stopped and started doing other things. Ariza cast Irma.
I
It's
can't
super
wait until
effective.
I'm level 15 and I get.
However,
persistent.
Ganel does take half, and then Brudrin make a con save. Vranik make a con save with disadvantage. Brudrin, you take half. Vranik, you take full.
Just considered.
I just assumed I was taking full because I can't resist this.
What'd you say, Ganel?
Would this be considered an AoE?
Yeah.
I mean, I could use.
I would probably say you could like use reflex to like try to swim with it and like avoid taking the damage. Cause you saw this shit happening. You actually managed and were paying attention enough to see like fucking torrents of water and a fucking tsunami essentially erupt from her.
Okay, so I'm taking no damage then.
Yeah, you're like swimming with it and just. Although, oddly enough, you do notice something kind of odd once your breath starts going a little bit low. Because you're underneath this for a while.
Hmm.
You can breathe under here.
Lovely.
You're not sure why, but you can breathe under here.
Can I still see Ariza?
You're getting pushed way the fuck out from her. Like, this current is too strong. Like, it pretty much... By like the end of the round, you've basically been pushed 60 feet, and you're still going.
Oh my god.
You essentially are getting hit by a tsunami. Giant tidal wave.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Eventually, just... You seem to get pushed probably about, like, 200 feet, and the waves seem to stop pushing in your direction, but you can tell that they're still going in the other direction. Like, you can feel a bit of the current pushing towards the west, where she had directed or where the asshole had been.
Okay, can I try to swim back to her?
You can try, yeah. Probably gonna take you a couple minutes. Vranik, you're awake, by the way, now.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a long while, Grum. You're not swimming very well. You can breathe.
I'm just gonna roll with the flow, I suppose. I don't know what's going on.
Are you just gonna go back to sleep underwater? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, but I'm 1, physically weak, 2, getting shoved, 3, wearing heavy armor, and I have no idea what's happening.
You're just gonna be in the underwater, you're gonna go, this is fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna float past.
It's gonna fire as water. This is fine.
No, I'm just gonna float past everybody like
This is fine.
Just
All right.
How far
What
away
are you doing in Ganel and in Brudrin?
How far away are we again?
Probably about 120 feet from her, because the water seems to have like stopped flowing that way, and it's mainly flowing westward.
Is there any way I can get within 120 feet of him?
You can't see him.
Okay.
He's underwater in a direction that's continually being pushed.
Okay. Well.
It's taking trees and shit with it.
Nice. Oh, I guess I'll try to make my way back to Ariza. I don't know that I can really do that, though.
Go ahead and make the athletics.
Yeah, that's my best skill. +0.
Ooh, that was close to a 1.
You're making slow progress. It's gonna take you a while. Yeah, you all ended up pretty much near the same spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Go ahead and roll your athletics. You're making decent headway, but it's still gonna take you a little bit to get to her.
10-17, by the way.
Yeah. The water seems to subside at your level, although you can still see the, like, giant-ass wave going out towards him. So you at least don't have to swim anymore. You can see her, and then kind of off to the west, you more hear it than anything else. There's a lot of noise aside from the rumbling of fucking trees getting demolished. Is anyone looking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm too busy wondering what the hell's going on.
At least I did something right.
Grum, you definitely managed to see it. Out, like, you'd probably guess at least like a day's travel on foot. The water seems to be going up into like a spiral.
What the fuck is happening?
Then a few seconds later, the entire thing starts turning to ice.
Uh-oh.
After a while, the actual like water levels seem to drop around here. The wave seems to kind of be like dissolving towards that ice tower. The ice tower just finishes freezing, you'd guess, because there isn't really any water left that you can see. Ganel, you're seeing this too, because it's pretty obvious since none of the trees are in the way anymore.
Right.
After the ice tower kind of clears out, you guys are almost back to Ariza, and she's basically just on the ground.
Check her vitals.
Do a medicine check.
Where did I end up? Because I wasn't fighting it, so...
You're still at about the 120 feet south mark.
I'm just gonna start trumping forward like the fuck is even happening.
You're not entirely sure that she was ever alive.
That's because Saevrick's hoping she's dead.
You are certain she is dead, as per your wishes.
Oh my god. Am I still far away from them?
Not as bad, no.
Oh my god.
But yeah. You're pretty sure she's gone.
Trump, 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 Trump.
Tromp, tromp, tromp. Grum and Brudrin get there like a moment or two later.
Just let me know when I'm there. Oh, never mind. There's Brudrin. He did a good.
A couple of you, or Grum, you get over there. Brudrin's like checking for vitals. She kind of like twists her head slightly, sees Grum, and just I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I left.
What did you do? What did you do?
Well, definitely didn't seem like we had any other options, now did it?
Oh, dude, how do you feel? Is she gonna die?
How do you feel, Sanka? Are you dead? Yeah, man, I'm dead.
Yeah, man.
You can go pee now.
No.
I think I bought you guys some time, but I'm not really sure. I don't know how long that will really last, or keep him there. But it was the best I could come up with.
Let's start leaving now. Let's start leaving now. And here, I'm gonna pick her up. I'm gonna pick her up.
I'm not going anywhere.
I know.
I'm not going anywhere anymore.
Wait. No, you're coming with us. Just you're gonna have a nice couple of days of rest, and you'll be back to normal.
She kind of like limply brings up her hand to your face. I'm sorry that I hurt you guys. Just falls limp in your arms.
Wait, is she dead? Is she dead?
Upon further inspection, like her cloak was kind of doing a pretty good job of like covering it up because it had been around her on the ground. She doesn't really have what you would call legs anymore.
Oh my god! Oh shit! Did she like have to sacrifice her legs to use the power?
They look like they probably got torn the fuck up. Like, you can see a bit of bone and like maybe what would have been a foot. But there's not really anything left.
Oh my fucking god.
Also, the crystal seems to stop being alit, and the cloak just goes completely... just normal blue.
Okay, when we sleep, we gotta ask this god what the fuck happened. And I think we need to stop now because it's like 20.
And that's the end for now. That's
especially
the cliffhanger.
with Ariza's legs. That's the end of Ariza's legs too.
All right.
Well, at least now she can't run away anymore.
Well, she won't run anywhere ever again. I'm pretty sure that she won't do anything ever again.
And there's clerical magic. We can fix it later.
No.
That's what you think.
No.
I don't think I can.
Alright, well that's where we're gonna stop tonight, chat. Hopefully you all had a good time. We ran a bit later because... story. And
yes.
We'll see you on Wednesday where I'm probably going to play Guilty Gear because I want to play fucking Guilty Gear. Alright, bye!
Penis!
See you guys.
See you.